Welcome to the Real Champion Spotlight, featuring Season 14. Good day lads and lassies, today we're gonna be taking a look at Season 14 of League because through some miracle this game has managed to last for more than 14 years despite all its problems throughout the years, and I started playing all the way back in Season 3, so trust me when I say that I've been through hell and God knows it. So what's new, you might be asking, and my answer is fucking everything. Aside from the two bases, like 90% of the map has changed. Now we have wider lanes, a top lane that is literally ungankable unless you are a fucking Zac or you know how to sail next to this stupid rock that's bigger than your mom. Bot lane and mid have these little alcoves that make ganking way too efficient, and Infernal Drake souls now drop little M&Ms that you can collect to gain additional ability haste, however you drop some when you die. The Rift Herald got a new little upgrade and now we call him Gus, but before she spawns there are these little things who are called Ed, and Eddie. Do you not see the resemblance? Just look at them. At most, you can take 6 of them, but you are unlucky like me, the enemy will see that you are doing them even when there are no wards around. These players are like Santa Claus, they come when you least expect them and only on a special occasion, which is when you are taking the free little rascals. So, what do? They basically help you push turrets, because if you take at least one, your attacks are gonna leave a little dot effect on structures that deal true damage to them over time, and if you're lucky enough to take 5 or 6, you will spawn additional little void nuggets that will help you push, similar to how ZZ used to work back in the day. Shelly can be mounted now, and you can ram her into turrets, after which her special attack gets on a cooldown, but if you miss it, like my dad missed me after 6 beers, her attacks will be on a cooldown and you will have to wait. And probably the most important aspect of the new season, the items. Some shitty champions became way too OP like Xin Zhao, because now he builds Titanic Hydra and the new item Thunder Sky, which is probably one of the most broken items ever. Assassins and artillery mages are thriving like never before due to the addition of fucking Storm Surge, which basically executes you to the point where you haven't even been born before, and even killing your mother in the past, disregarding all of your family line and even putting your mortal body in the ground. There are some items that are really broken, like the aforementioned Thunder Sky, Storm Surge, or the new Assassin Hydra item, Profane Hydra, which deals like 2 to 3 times the damage it regularly does to any champion that is below 50% health. Assassins are feeling really happy this season, I feel like look at most of the clips in the background. I kill anyone with 2 items as Rengar, all because these stupid asses don't know that I have 2 items and they should fear me, aka the kitty cat, aka the pussy, aka the Rengar. So most of the items are broken, fine, but can we talk about why or how? Like, support items are beyond OP. Some of them give press the attack, some give the odd Shattered Queen item effect that got removed, so now what everyone does is just play 2-1-2 teams, which means they take 2 people on top, 1 in mid and 2 on bot, so they can get easy access to the OP items. I mean, how OP is it to have a free rune on an ADC? Regardless, going back to what I said, assassins are thriving, but there's another reason as well besides just items. Lethality now works instantly. Remember how Lethality used to work? You didn't reduce their armor as the Lethality value said so, but it scaled with level instead. Well, good thing for assassins and a few ADCs like Jin and Misfortune, that feature has been removed, so even more free damage. There are some other good items as well, of course, not just the new Hydra. For example, Voltaic Cyclo Sword is an item that gives you charge attacks like Storm Razor or Rapid Fire Cannon, and after it's charged, your next attack slows down an enemy for 99% for less than a second, and if you pair it with another new item called Opportunity, which gives a shit ton of stats and also extra lethality and 150% decay movement speed after you kill someone for 1.5 seconds, you will live in hell while you are playing ADC. I know I haven't talked about what Storm Surge does, so here's a clip to showcase it in action. Did you see that? The item turns you into a magician because you make everyone disappear in the exact same time as I can last in bed. Like, genuinely, ADC lives are completely hell in this day and age. ADC items are not horrible or anything, that's not the case. Look at this completely stupid Twitch build that I played where I rushed Titanic Hydra and Experimental Hexplate as my second item, and yet I still managed to outdamage every single other person in this lobby. Now you might say, but doesn't that prove that ADCs are broken and are still strong in this day and age? And while I might say, you are right, you are also an ignorant fool who decides to ignore the fact that the enemy didn't have a Rengar or a Talon who would just jump on my ass and completely obliterate me through exhaust, while I also have a Yuumi on my back, all because they have all of these new cool items that make them ignore my entire existence from the universe and just breeze through me like I am some sort of toilet paper against a whole ass hose, aka ignoring more than 150% of my armor due to the fact that their lethality stats alone make them delete me, let alone the extra 30% from Sarida or Lord Dominic's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a filthy assassin assassin player who loves to one-shot people and do all sorts of cool clips, but it feels completely horrible when I am playing as an ADC like Twitch who doesn't have any sort of immobilizing effect unless I go AP or unless I have flash, since Riot removed Gale Force thanks to the fact that having a dash as an ADC would be too OP. But at the same time they feel like having Lucian with Kraken, Navori and Ionian Boots plus Bloodsong, which is the press the attack support item by the way, is completely normal. Oh yeah, support items are now quest based, all of them start out the same, however throughout the match you can upgrade them into whatever you like, which is cool and all, and they keep the attack the enemy or take some minions when it's ready effect from last season's support items and incorporates them into a single item. The support items are completely broken, some of them dealing a shit ton of damage, some of them give you a Shatter Queen effect and one give you a press the attack effect, meaning that if you decide to build one on an ADC in flex queue and you have even a slightly coordinated team, good luck for your enemy to win, because they will be smited harder than this guy is gonna get smited by Zeus.
Is this what you want? Come on, strike me down, Zeus. You don't have the ball.
I forgot to mention tank items too, which are unbelievably toxic to the game and overpowered. Say, have you had enough of Sunfire's Cape? Let me present to you the magic resist version.
Unendingly spell.
Which does basically the exact same, heals the user and also deals damage while giving you magic resist. Enemy has too much AP, don't forget to buy yourself a Kionic Rookern, and as a 4k HP Scion, you will have more magic damage shield every 8 seconds than a more than 6 to 7k HP Galio would have in an average game. Yes, the situation is this bad. But let's be real, the new season is really fun. Every champion can build whatever they want, every champion has a chance to come back into the meta, like Trundle, Lilia, Xerath and Rengar are doing really amazingly, although it's not like Rengar was doing that bad before the season 14 came around. And we can finally play some fun builds like AP Rengar, AP Ignore, Teemo is still an obnoxious asshole who torments everyone on the Rift with his stupid little shrooms. Xin Zhao is a monster now despite the fact that nobody has seen him since the birth of the dinosaurs, due to the fact that he was so bad in the meta. I think season 14 is heading in the right direction, especially since the ranked has also been fixed and now gains are lower in high elo and higher in low elo, which is also being targeted as a hit to Smurfs who really like to play around with their little account. Says me, who by the way has 4 accounts on EOE currently that just started in Emerald 1 and I brought them to Diamond 4 with 2 wins already. So hopefully this ranked season will be better than the last one. I mean, so far this one has in fact been better than the last few. Last season Riot didn't really give much of a crap about players and they didn't nerf certain champs like Orianna and Syndra for 4 fucking patches in a row because they felt like some champions will always be stronger than others, and that's normal. So now the OP champions are Rengar, Singed and Teemo, so if you are not living under a rock you can already see that this is a very toxic meta. To sum it all up, the season is heading for great success. However, there are a few key things to be changed. New jungle camps are too strong when it comes to split pushing, new items like Hubris, Profane Hydra or Storm Surge are becoming way too oppressive both among AD and AP assassins. And also the fact that more people can buy support items yet still have a gold lead on the enemy team. These are strats that are fun, yes, and could work in very specific conditions, however they shouldn't be actually viable builds in rank. Dragons are not a problem, they are fine. However, ganking is really hard for some champions, and this way champions like Rengar, Zac, Belveth, Ivern, Lilia and Master G are gonna be absolute powerhouses after full clearing the jungle 2 times. I think Riot is heading in the right direction and after 2 or 3 patches the game will be in one of the best states it has ever been, but that will take time, mostly by nerfing items or possibly even implementing another durability patch to the game, so assassins won't be as oppressive. Anywho, that is a quick new little revelation to the new season. If you like this video, please let me know so I can make more in the future, because I am planning on showcasing every single champion someday, but that will take work and I would absolutely love to hear about your feedback regarding how this video made you feel, what I have to improve on and what I need to pay more attention to in the future in order to make this video more enjoyable to virtually every viewer. Thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video, in which I will showcase a real spotlight/guide about Twitch, Rengar or possibly Briar. So, bye bye.